Would anyone like to come up for a story this morning? Hi, Theo. Hi, Jack. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Ellie.
The Ava that goes here has two horses. She's my best friend.
Oh, is that right? Hi, Robin. So, I have a story to tell you that I haven't told you before, but it starts with the desert, with the place we call the Holy Land. This is the place where Jesus was born and lived and taught people about God and taught people how to live. And this is one of the stories about Jesus, and this is our Jesus for the story. And he loved everyone. Didn't matter who they were, didn't matter what they were like, he loved everyone. And that's why he stood up. Even sometimes if they were bad, if they were good, he loved everyone. And he said that people needed to learn how to love each other because too often they didn't. And he also kept telling people that they needed to realize that no one is any better than anybody else. Well, this story is about two of his followers, two of his disciples, James and John. Well, they were brothers. We don't know if they were twins, but they were brothers. They do look like twins though here, don't they? Anyway, James and John were pretty good about listening to Jesus, but they decided they wanted to do something different. So they came to Jesus and they said, Jesus, we want to ask you to do something for us. And Jesus said, well, what do you want me to do? And they said, we want you to make us your first and second assistants. Make us better than all the other followers. Oh, come on, right. And Jesus said, you don't know what you're asking. Do you think that you can do what I do? And they both looked right at Jesus and said, yep, we can. And so Jesus said to them, well then, be like me, live like me, love like me. But it is not me that decides if you're a first and second assistant. It is for all of those people that you serve, all those people that you love. They have to decide that. Well, the other followers, they heard what this going on, and they were mad. They got really mad because they couldn't believe that two of them would want to be better than the rest of them. So they were angry.
That one doesn't have the other part.
Yeah, he's missing a foot. That's okay. And they all were angry because they wanted to be first and second assistants, not just because these two had asked to be. And Jesus turned to all of them and said, we are different than the way the world works. In the world, people get given promotions and everything is based on how well they do, but he says we are different than that. It's not about being better than the rest, it's about loving others and serving them. And then a really strange thing happened. Because in this part of the world, everybody wore sandals and bare feet. And the roads were really dirty. So whenever you got to someone's house, If it was someone who was rich, they had a servant who would wash your feet so that you could go into the house with clean feet. If you were in a poor house, it was one of the children that had to wash the feet of people that came. Would you like that job? Washing people's dirty feet? It's not a very nice job, is it? But Jesus said, this is how we love each other. And he got a bowl, and
A big bowl. What's that?
he got a pitcher of water, and he poured it into the bowl.
You actually use real water.
And then he took a cloth, and he dipped it, and he washed the feet of all of his disciples. And when he went to wash them, they stepped back and said, "You can't wash our feet. You're better than us. We should be washing your feet." And he said, "No," he says, "you don't get this. Because I love you, I am willing to do whatever I need to do." And so he washed all of their feet. I wonder why James and John thought they were better than all of the other followers.
I
Don't
don't know.
know.
Maybe because these guys look like they're littler.
Because they were littler? The others were littler? Yeah. I wonder how they felt when Jesus washed their feet.
I'm like,
What?
"King."
You're the king. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I wonder how Jesus felt when he washed their feet. Happy?
He's like, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, what happened? I wonder how it would feel to love someone so much that you would be happy to serve them in any way you needed to. I wonder how that would feel. Well, that's our story. Normally, we sing something right away, but we're going to do something different today. So, oh, it's important though. It's really important. I'm going to call Michelle over. And, okay, Sarah, let's just leave these because we have something really important that I need you to help me with. As you know, Michelle has come to work with us to serve you in a way and to serve us. And so we wanted to recognize that today with a special, with some special words. And so today we're taking some intentional time to recognize Michelle, who who will provide leadership and support for our ministry with children, youth, and families. Michelle's work is vital to the well-being of the children and youth in our care. And so I'm going to ask this of Michelle to start with. Michelle, you have accepted the invitation to serve this congregation in paid ministry as part of the leadership team to minister to children and youth. To the best of your ability, will you offer your gifts, your wisdom, and your integrity to provide opportunities for those with whom you minister in order that they might open to their own spirituality and grow in faith? And the response is, yes, I will, by the grace of God.
Yes, I will, by the grace of God.
And so I'm going to invite the congregation to stand, and if all of you can come, we're going to get Michelle to stand right in the center in front. And you can all come in here, and if you can just put your hands on Michelle. Theo? Just put, perfect.
Boys.
As part of the congregation of Winfield United Church, will you support and encourage Michelle with prayer and support as she ministers with us and among us? And answer to the grace of God. So let us say this together. May the God presence within us and among us strengthen our life and work together in this place. May we know the power of the Spirit to nurture us all in love. Amen. Thank you. seated? Or actually, you can stay standing because we're going to sing. Yeah, yeah, see,
Will you grab
see.
it? Will you grab that?